Alright everybody, this is John, otherwise known as Finalizing, and today we're going to be getting part 2 of our top-down shooter. Remember, we're kind of emulating a Shadow Rounds, or there was another whole bunch of games that are just literally top-down. They're really cool, so I was going to make basically a tutorial of them. This is the second part. In the first part, we had the whole animation sequence moving and all that stuff. This is the second part, to where we have our character collect ammo, shoot the ammo, reload. If he doesn't have any ammo, he doesn't shoot. Now there are some bugs with this, and that's what we're gonna fix up with part 3. I had a whole bunch of like quizzes and a paper to write, so I got most of this stuff done. I still went to the tutorial, and of course the second bit is just some stuff we can fix up pretty quickly and carry on with the actual shooting of the enemies spawning, collecting stuff, and an environment, which is kind of like the main thing, to where we will go in and out of so we'll go into indoor environments, and then we'll go into outdoor environments, and then probably go into vehicles and such. So this is what we can do now. I'm going to go into the settings of the window stuff to make sure it's okay. Okay, so we can move around, we can run, we can shoot. What I'm trying to do now is that normally an engine similar to this, I would have, if he does not have any ammo, his he will go down to a certain animation, and then he can't shoot. It doesn't work that way specifically in this engine. It's basically based on all on variables, a 1 or 0, yes or no. So what I'm trying to have done is have a coder create a behavior to where if he does not have any bullets, the basically the shooting ability is turned off, but if he does have bullets, it is on. I'm trying to see if I can work that into the system at this moment, but I have like a huge amount of stuff going on. So yeah, so far this does work, and what you can actually do is set the bullets to be invisible. That way they're not rendered or set, like they don't actually activate stuff at that point. What you can also do is have an object spawn in or be attached to him. So or what you could actually do, and I'm taking a bit of a time here, is that if he does have bullets, variable 1 is created, and when bullets equals 0, variable 0 is created, and that will allow him to shoot or not. Still trying to work on that bit, kind of creating a whole bunch of stuff. But yeah, okay, so if we go back into the game, he can pick up ammo from this ammo crate. I'm going to be texturing this in a bit. I just wanted something pretty simple. Okay, so he has 10 bullets. We're going to shoot. Now specifically, like I said, he has no bullets, but he is still shooting. But as you can see, our ammo for that gun is down to 0, but he has 60 bullets in his, 6 clips, and each one is 10. So he's gonna reload, and then yeah, he's reloaded his max amount, and then he's just gonna keep shooting. In the next bit, we're also going to make this, instead of a shotgun, into a machine gun, and then we're also going to include right-clicking to have a grenade launcher. So that's actually going to be pretty interesting. So we have these little light poles for around the base. Alright, so let's get down to the actual shooting bit. So I created a well, there's this 3D scene, so a new 3D scene, and then I created a couple behaviors. When a key is pressed, do something. When left mouse button is pressed, 3 actions. Set an animation of a scene node, so the player is going to set to fire, so that's one of his animations that we saw in the previous episode. To shoot, he's going to be using a scene node. That scene node is called a cylinder mesh. And I just left everything basic. Set or change a variable. Okay, so this is variable name handgun ammo So every time when this key is pressed, he's going to subtract 1 from handgun ammo. A handgun ammo is actually created right here. So I'm going to kind of like skip over to here because we're supposed to go over to the scene, but this is really important. So you have two 2D overlays, and you create this by just clicking on the square button and then just kind of dragging it over to wherever you want. We're actually going to have another one over here, so I'll just leave that over there. This is going to be our health, but right now we're concentrating about these two. One's called score, ... money sign, handgun ammo, money sign. So basically you click on it, you add every few seconds to do something. So every interval of milliseconds of 10 milliseconds, the action is going to be change 2D overlay. So change 2D overlay text, change which 2D overlay. We're going to say select, and we're going to just select which one that we wanted. And I believe that was 2D overlay 1. Text is going to be score, and then the 2 dot symbol, and then money sign, handgun ammo. I'll put those down below. And we're going to say OK on that one. And actually the same thing goes for the ammo. So you probably want to create those real quickly. That creates a variable. Same thing in Construct 2. When you create, you click right and you create a global variable. This means for everything in that scene, but global variable in Construct 2 can also mean for other scenes as well. Every few seconds, this does it every 5,000 milliseconds. So change to the overlay text. 2D overlay 2, score, ... money sign, ammo, money sign. It basically says, okay, we collect ammo, and then we change it over to the actual gun. Okay, back to our scene, and the scene is actually this big. This isn't a sphere, it's actually a cube. Okay, so we're going back over here. When a key is pressed to do something, this is when it's pressed up. So it sets our animation back to idle, our player. So when we click down, it does something. When we click up, it sets it back to animation. Before the first drawing, do something. So yeah, it says click right before the first drawing, do something. This is before even the world is rendered, which is like really, really fast, because in a good PC, you're not going to see it render the walls and the floors. If you actually watch some of the Doom GIFs and everything, and I'll see if I can find it and link it down below, you'll actually see it render everything. And if you lived long enough, I was on the tail edge of this, you actually ran Doom in one of the original render systems to where you could see if you're running still on an older system or didn't have a lot of RAM, or your graphics card was integrated and really, really bad, or a really, really bad laptop, you got to see the whole Doom scene, like in one of the early Doom. This was more due to the fact that it was a modded one where it supported, at that point, high-res textures or a larger scene. I think it was the original textures, it was just a larger modded scene, to where the whole level was rendered in parts. So it would render the floor, so actually the skybox, then the floor that you walked in, and it would do it in color schemes. So it would either render it in gray or a shaded version of, like, the skybox was mostly, it was either blue, depending on which level you were on, or in the actual Doom scene, it was actually red. So it would render it red, and then it would render it a cloud, a seamless cloud texture that was red colored, and then the actual floor was a this metal plate, so it would render that in a silver gray, and then it actually rendered it in silver plates, and the walls were brown. So it rendered it in brown, and then it rendered it in the actual brown textures. If you got a really, really old system, or just modded your system to do this, you saw the wireframe, and then you saw a gray mesh for everything, and then you saw the color applied to it. So that's actually kind of cool. A little off topic though. So set or change a variable, handgun ammo. So this is before the first drawing, do something. Set or change a variable. So handgun ammo. So it's referencing your actual gun and your ammo in your gun to equal the value of 10. So we're putting 10 free bullets in your gun. Every few seconds, do something. It's saying if a variable has a value, do something. So it's every 10 milliseconds. It's saying, okay, does this have a variable? Does it? It's always checking it. If handgun ammo is smaller than the value of 0, we're going to have two actions. We're going to say set or change a variable, handgun ammo equal to 0. So that means if it equals 0, we can never go below 0 or unhide or hide a C. Now this is me working on the bullet and make invisible cylinder mesh 1, and to a point it actually does work, but it turns this cylinder mesh behind the dude invisible and not the actual one that he's shooting, since it's, I think, cloning it. Or else hide or unhide, it is in making invisible. I have to actually work on that code. When a key is pressed, do something. So R, when a key is pressed down, we are going to be doing three things. If a variable has value, do something. Okay, so if you have ammo, so this is referencing your score ammo. So this is the ammo that you have in your pants. You know, those ammo clips. Okay, if you have, if you have more than 9 bullets, then we can actually take ammo, and here's going to be the action. Set or change a variable. So we're going to variable name, subtract 3 from ammo. So, okay, it's going to check. Do you have more than 9? Yes. Okay, we're going to subtract 10, because you have at least 10. And then what we're going to do is set or change a variable. We're going to add 10 to the handgun ammo. And then we're going to do an animation of reload. So so you collect ammo. So it's going to say, okay, do you even have ammo, or you just have the bullets in your gun? Because remember, we can only take 10 bullets, because 10 bullets equals a clip. So we can only take 1 clip at a time, and at 10 bullets, you can't take any more or less. That's what we always know. We're going to have more than 9, so that means 10. Okay, if a variable has value, do something, ammo is bigger than 9, value, actions 3. Okay, we did that one. Handgun ammo is bigger than the value of 659. Set or change a variable. Set the ammo to 60. So we can only have, each clip has, I guess that's kind of dumb, but, you can only, load 10 bullets in at a time or something. I don't know. I'm going to be messing around with this. I just wanted a whole bunch of different options for you guys, so he can constantly add, because I have a minimum of 10 bullets. Variable name ammo is smaller than the value of 1. Set or change a variable. Handgun ammo, add value of 0. This is me trying to make sure that if he shoots, he has a bullet. If he doesn't, if he doesn't have any ammo, he can't shoot. Still working on that. Keys left, right. If R is released, then he'll go back to idle. So that's basically it. So he's collecting ammo, so it's adding 10 bullets at a time. We'll probably just make that 60. Yeah, I think what we'll do is he'll just add 60. So it'll be like the Halo assault rifle, and make it more useful when we actually, because in shotgun mode it's kind of like, oh, okay, duh, we could just cap it at 10, so we can only fire 10 shots, but I want this to be an assault rifle, so he's going to load up 60, between 30 to 60 bullets, so he can only have 30 or 60 bullets at that time. He can only store them in the gun, and he can only load those amounts into the gun. I'm going to fix the bullet bit in the next episode. I did fix the jumping. We can go through that right now. Third person shooter, jump speed 0, 1, AI, jump speed 0, 1, run, collide. There you go, guys, if you want to take a look at that. Jump length milliseconds 2, jump speed forward 0.1, and rotate speeds 200. I like the 200 rather than the 150. So in the next episode, we're going to have the bullets fixed. They're actually going to create an effect when they hit an object. So if they hit like any inert object, they'll just spark. That we're going to do that for most of the big objects, not like the tiny little stuff. Also, guys, if you comment down below if you would like him to have more than one weapon. There's a pack on 3DRT that is discounted, still expensive, but it's discounted, where it has a grenade launcher, handgun, fist, an assault rifle. So we could add it to this pack to where he has more, and we can also have an FPS tutorial set up. Also, I'll be getting a aliens pack, or not aliens pack, a bug pack, to where he'll shoot mutant little creatures. So yeah, just comment down below. Remember, like and subscribe. I know this engine is not the best, but for teaching basic concepts, it's going to be really good. Also, I'll be starting up I know I've been saying this for a while, the Unity file. I'm finally going to be doing that, but we're going to be doing that with Playmaker. So it's a drag and drop type setting like this, but it's in Unity. So if you wanted to learn how to code, but in a very, easy way. I mean, we're still going to code, but we're going to be heavily using Playmaker, which is similar to this in Construct 2, just using basically already pre-made commands. I think you can also code your own commands, but for the most part, we're going to use what they have: open doors, shooters, side scrollers. But you can also use them to make games for Android, Windows, all that stuff, and upgraded graphics. So if you like that, comment down below or hit the like and subscribe button. That's only optional if you want to, guys. And I will see you guys in the next episode.